You don't need me to tell you how important video marketing is. Every blog post, every marketing expert, everyone's talking about getting onto video. Now, before I get into the gear, the exact gear that I use and some of the gear that I bought for 2018, keep in mind there are two different types of video, or two different types of video gear. There is the high production stuff. Now, you call these guys when you're shooting a high production type video. It might be more for your brand video, it might be your Why Us video. They've got all the gear, the camera shots, angles, everything, right? And you might not even need that. But that's that. But then you need to build a culture of video. It doesn't matter how big your organization is. If you're an enterprise or a startup, you need to build a culture of video. And to do that, you need your own camera gear. Now, recently we had our own version of Black Friday, Click Frenzy. I kind of went a little bit crazy and I thought I'd share some of the bits of gear that I've kind of bought and some of the gear that I already have with you. So 2018 is going to be the year of video for you. Now, I'll start with the best first. I can't show you the camera because I'm shooting with it, but it's called the Panasonic G85. Hopefully you can see that there. This thing is a beast. It shoots in 4K, so 1080p, full HD. That is so 2015. You need 4K, that is the future. From a technology point of view, this will set you up. It's also got some really, really cool features, like you can shoot time lapse, you can shoot slow motion, but they're all sort of fancy stuff. Why I like it, it is just such a good well-round camera. You can use it to vlog, you can use it to take photos. It's really a jack of all trades. And if you're only gonna buy one camera, you gotta get that camera. Now, another thing that I have, before I get onto some of the toys that I bought, is this Facebook Live camera. So this year, 2017, it's been about Facebook Live. You've got to get onto Facebook Live. So I've got this special Facebook Live camera. Now, you can shoot Facebook Live on your smartphone and even, from a desktop. But if you want to do, so for what I've done for some of our clients is we shoot sort of like Facebook shows. And how they essentially work is you use a camera like this and you shoot the show. But the difference with this camera is called the Mevo. It's by Livestream. It's called the Mevo. Hopefully you can see the back of it there if that focuses. If it doesn't, great. And what this lets you do is you can shoot with one camera. You can have 2 or 3 different people in the room, and you can have different cameras. So what it means is essentially you're only shooting from one camera, but you can, on your smartphone, you control it with your smartphone, you can cut to different people. You can cut to the presenter, you can cut to the person who's being interviewed, and it looks like you have 2 or 3 cameras. Really, really, really cool. And with Facebook Live or any sort of live streaming, if you're gonna have one angle, people are gonna get bored pretty quickly. So that's that. This thing, I went crazy. I'm not even really sure why I bought this, but this is a 360 camera, right? This camera is called, by Kesa. It is called the X360 Dual Lens VR Camera by Kesa Bass. And it's pretty cool actually. And I'm sort of thinking more for events, client events. Another cool idea was actually putting this in the car and showing people my journey and doing kind of, vlogs like that. That's pretty cool. What else do I have? If you're going to be shooting with your smartphone, then I've got this little thing. It's called the Olo Clip. Hopefully you can see it there. Olo Clip. By Olo Clip, I guess. And this one's for an iPhone 6s. You can get them for a variety of different iPhones and I think Samsung phones. On one side, it's got a wide lens. So if you're shooting, the problem you might find with smartphones, you feel like as soon as you go from photo to camera mode, it kind of zooms in. Your frame is very, very small. So this widens it for you. So it does that on one side, and on the other side, it lets you kind of zoom up and stuff, right? Now, this is the thing with with any sort of video, people may forgive you for slightly bad video, but they will not forgive you for poor audio. You have to get audio right. So for that, I use this thing often. It's called the Smart Lav. It's by Rode, Smart Lav Plus rather, and this plugs into your smartphone and you can put it kind of like the lavalier I have here. You can put it on your, a lapel. But what if you're shooting 2 people, right? Because that's only for one. Well, if you're going to be shooting 2 people, then you buy 2 of these Smart Lavs, and you buy this thing called the SC6. So this is another thing I kind of went crazy on and bought the other day, the SC6. It plugs into your iPhone and lets you connect 2 Smart Lavs. That's pretty awesome, right? It's pretty cool. So that's that. What else do I have here to show you? Okay, cool. If you are, I'm going to jump around a bit, but if you are going to get a camera like the Lumix G85, again, you're going to need really good audio. So you can pick up one of these things. It's called the Rode Link system. and one side you kind of plug on yourself, that's the transmitter, and the other side you plug to your camera, that's the receiver, and obviously you're wirelessly now recording audio from a microphone like this lavalier into your actual camera. Cool. So what else do I have here? What else do I have? I'm going to jump around again a little bit. I'm going back to smartphone with the Smart Lav, with using an Olo clip for your camera. If you want to do kind of interview styles, and I did this when I went to Inbound earlier this year, you can kind of plug this in. Now this is the Azden. It comes with the Azden WMS Pro. I'll link to all the gear. You can see all the prices. So don't worry too much about remembering everything there. And yeah, just get on with it, man. Like, just sort of start. I've got my Lumix G85. I've got my Olo clip for kind of, you know, quick and punchy smartphone cameras, and then I've got some fancy stuff that you don't really need. But if you really want to get into Facebook Live or live streaming, the Mevo is a good option, and the VR. I mean, hopefully I'll get some use out of that, because I think I went a little bit crazy. Anyway, guys, wishing you the very, very best. If you have any kind of questions about, you know, amateur video, obviously not a professional. Any questions about amateur video, please hit me up. Be happy to answer them. And good luck next year.